Good evening from the old man that plays video games. It's Friday night. Old man's had a little bit of whiskey to enjoy this evening. And what are we gonna do tonight? One thing, a couple of things actually. So go ahead and get our pretty armor on and shield and eat some food. One thing, I've been playing Minecraft most of the day and creative and stuff. I was exploring a couple of things. One was the design that I kind of showed off a little bit in my yeah, that stopped, so that's good. Let's hang out here. Let's let it cycle for a bit while I yammer on a little bit, at least once. We'll go through here at least once. So they'll cycle once. All right. So one thing that I explored for quite a while today, basically just watching it and making sure it was going, is I took the item stream from the brewing stand mechanic series, and I adapted it into my netherworld, which I showed that in the creative on that playlist. And I kind of explored that a little bit more. I put a piston tower in there to raise it up. I wanted to raise it up 5, 6, 7, whatever, however many. I just want to be like, hey, I want to get this method down. And I think between the last day or two, especially today, I kind of has solved the one problem, because one of the things you got to do is with the piston tower method, where you shove a bunch of items into a spot and then use a piston to push a slime block. And in my case, I pushed a slime block up against a honey block, and most of the items went up the glass tower to the level that I wanted it to be, basically lifting it up, vertical elevation. I was trying to, like, how can I avoid using hoppers? How can I avoid using droppers? And I honestly think my yammering is going to take a minute longer than that. So let's get some of this ice going. So getting that up there, you gotta think of a mechanic of how I explained, I think in my last video, of that is you're setting up a queue of items just bouncing back and forth between two brewing stands. And then when you're ready to open the door, you let them all flow through. Well, in doing that, you got to figure out a way to interrupt that item flow. And I found that by removing the slab just prior to the brewing stand, you could keep them bouncing back and forth. And I was like, how do I tried pulling it up. And then eventually, hey, Yasser, eventually I tried pulling that slab out. And once you pull the slab out of the chain, there's no slabs between brewing stand A and brewing stand B. So the item does bounce back and forth. Well, then when you go to push that slab back in, it's like, okay, it's time to open the door and let things flow through. It kind of, if the item is bouncing back and forth and is in a certain position that you're pushing the slab back in, it'll actually push it out of line where it doesn't hit the brewing stand. And I'm like, okay, how can I solve this? And I solved it where you pull it out from the side, pull it out back, and then you push it back in. And any items that are affected by this mechanic of pulling it out, pushing it back in on the whatever timing of the circuit is, the item will get pushed across on the other side. And it just stays there because there's a slab on the other side of the ice path. All right, how can I push that back to me? And I'm like, all right, do I need another piston? How am I going to solve this? And I remember a few episodes into my experimenting with the brewing stands is stair blocks. And a stair block, if you push something into it, gives slight momentum back. So I tried that. Instead of having slabs on the far side, basically the row of ice where the brewing stands usually sit on, and on the far side is a row of slabs, bottom slabs, one level up. If you replace a couple of those slabs with stair blocks, where the lower half is the middle of that entire 2-block line. If you push or pull, especially if you push some blocks into it from pulling that slab laterally away from where it needs to be and back into the place it needs to go to be our brewing stand chain, that those items will be pushed up into the stairs and kind of come back, especially when you retract that slab that's next to the brewing stand, and they will fall back down into the ice. And what I did is I put a row of hoppers just on the near side of the ice, not underneath the slabs, not underneath the ice, because they wouldn't do any good underneath the ice, but on the near side of the ice. Well, the items are on, hey, Yasser, the items are already on top of the slab. So pushing, let me do this. I'll explain what I mean. I'll even go to the world. This one. And I didn't think of making a video on that series. And I was, what was I doing? I think I was like, oh, this isn't set up where I needed to be for the second part of my messing around today. This is what I'm talking about. Like that sword just got pushed in there. So this slab that is right here that's moving back and forth, that's the slab that needs to be on the side of where items are coming in. Like items are coming in from this side. There needs to be a slab there for it to continue on. By pulling that out, it pushes it up on the stair, and by pulling it back, it pulls it down into the void, and now it just got collected by the hopper. So by using this as a, hey, we're going to stop, and I'll show you what I mean by stop. Right now the queue is closed. Now everything can continue on. Now it's closed again. And if stuff was coming, it could continue on. But using this method and sticking hoppers out here to the side, even over to that one, just to the left, just behind the brewing stand, it's able to get any of those ones that are negatively affected, like the sword it's lost its momentum. Well, pulling the slab back puts it into a little bit of a loop that it's going to get caught by. That sword is going to get caught by this, eventually going back and forth. There it goes. And this hopper chain just comes down here and uses the normal item injection. It just seems to be, but that's not the case. Sometimes it is multiples of gold nuggets or netherrack or zombie flesh. It's just I'm so close, I'm not getting the amount of spawns I normally get. So this is one problem that I believe I've solved. See, now it's several things. It doesn't pick it up right away, but when I go to push it, some of them get pulled into that hopper. Well, they're already now down. This should be zombie flesh, a couple of nuggets, and a sword that pop out here. It catches it. It's like a recursive function. It's just like, oh, you didn't make it through the turnstile. We're going to send you back through for a second loop. And it's just the fact that moving a piston isn't instantaneous. There's a second or less than a second where it can cause something to lose momentum. Like right now I see a couple of ingots and a couple of nuggets and an ingot at least. And that should come out here. Well, the ingot didn't. The ingot got left. It almost unlocked a new unattackable item sort. I wouldn't say it's an item sorter. It's more of a, hey, we're gonna, if we've, this little method right here, if we've taken away your momentum, the sword, those didn't take it in, but now they just did. It's just it takes a couple of cycles for stuff to actually get sent back through the loop. And maybe when they come through the next time, they won't be affected by the motion. Like all of that got stuck. But after once or twice through this, it's going to go back through the loop a second time. So all that stuff just went into the hopper chain, which I tried to avoid hopper chain. Unattackable is what you said the first time. But that's one thing I did. But I am having issues with my elevator. I can't seem to get the elevator to function correctly the way I need it to, because I need it. Well, I did take the last bit of ice out there. See, I've got stuff, you can barely see it. Right there, that did not go up the item elevator because it's stuck in some quasi area between the piston and the is there a block slightly the light sensor block? Because if you look at, I don't have his video up, Gordashame's video, the light sensor block is a little below, and in fact I have I'm gonna send you this. You might actually appreciate this. Share. Copy link. I'm gonna Discord this to you. This is a Google Doc of entity size, block size top, block size side, and block size bottom that I've used. That's how I figured out the cake was really good. Because it's the same block size side as a honey block and doesn't have the honey block restrictions. But that's what I've been using for a lot of things on different size blocks. But I believe Gordafame did, and I got to get my chat back up here. When this slab is moved out, it turns it into bouncing back and forth like a cue. When the slab is in there, it allows it to pass through. Maybe. Because I did see in Gordafame's video that when it's traveling along the light sensor, if it comes to a slab in the same direction, it'll stop because the light sensor is just below the slab. Now, the direction we're looking at here, when I want to bounce them back and forth, the slab's not in place. But when I want them to proceed, the light sense, if this was a light sensor block, they would proceed because it's going down. They wouldn't be impeded by going down. So maybe a light sensing block here. Let's go turn that off. So we don't have items. And I don't know how to stop these guys. It didn't happen when I did my testing on my creative world, but here they fall through. don't know how that happens. It's iron bars. How are they falling through? I would like to solve that. I don't know how to solve that. All right, so let's well, let's wait for these to get out of here. Well, that did. Now, these items over here are because the elevator malfunctioned in such a way that they got spit out the side. Kind of like the ones at the bottom. Like if I go down here to the bottom, oh, nothing came out. But I just got a bunch of stuff. So I want to solve that stuff. But all of these, like this right here, I want to solve that. Makes me think this is not 100% lossless. Oops. All right, so replace. Let's take out that. See how that affects things. But the stairs on the far side, when those were originally slabs, there was no way to pull the items back over towards this hopper chain. But the stairs gave it just enough momentum where the slab did work to pull items over, if in case they were stuck on the far side without a hopper chain, without momentum. I also have tried to eliminate, it's hard to see now, stuff that gets stuck between this brewing stand and the door that closes by putting a brewing stand on a piston that cycles just before the door opens and closes. Well, we'll see. And we only looked at it for a minute. And plus, it's... Oh, it is on. There should be some stuff coming through quick soon now. Huh. Nothing did lose momentum. You did. Yeah, that is true. Come on, more stuff. I don't know, stuff got stuck quite often. Let's... This seems to be working. This might be something to add into this whole stream thing. Yeah, I like this idea. I knew it was a thing, but... Yeah, because... Even when it's pulling out, it didn't change the momentum and kill the momentum of anything. That might have solved that issue, which I thought just me putting in this recursive thing would have fixed it, which it kind of did. Come on, Steph. Get over here and test it. Oh, yes. That Yasser, that worked perfect for this issue. Because the slab would continually kill the momentum if it moved. But with this, it's not. Yeah, this isn't failing at all. What is the... It's here. Light tester. Light detector. It is made with glass, slabs, and nether quartz. Yes, this is an item that I can make in the world. I like this. Now I just need to solve the piston problem. And that. I don't know how to solve that. I mean, I tried putting a piston here on this brewing stand. Well, I got too close. See, that netherrack isn't going up. How'd that get stuck? Yeah, I just have it falling into the void for now. I had to figure out the time it took. So the top of this is working really well. Aside from, well, nothing's kicked out over there yet. Nothing kicked out over here yet. Back here. Oh, something got stuck here. That hasn't happened in a long time. Nothing came up. That stuff's still in there. Now it's over there. Now a sword's stuck over here. See, this is... Oh, ingots or nuggets got kicked out. Though sometimes the nuggets get caught. Like nuggets, netherrack, and zombie flesh will hitch a ride with whatever's passing by. If it's just close enough where items will stack together as they're moving. Swords won't. So swords will get stuck here a lot longer. Like that netherrack is stuck. But now it's gone. So it's in there. So stackable items will slowly fix themselves. If not, if they don't fix themselves, they'll eventually despawn. There is a slime block. It is on the other side of the smooth stone. Can I get a better angle? Yeah, right there. I had it going into a hole. Basically, I had a glass here. Like that. And whoop. Now, but this had just as many things that got spit out the side by having a hole that it fell into as everything else. There's stuff coming. And I get that. Because stuff doesn't, it doesn't go up. I don't know about the timings. I thought it was more of, well, all of that went up then. I figured it was number of items. Because some went in and some didn't. Let's see if I need to put that. There's a bunch waiting over there. But I can't use slime blocks for that block that's moving back and forth, or that block that's moving back and forth, because the ice, if I replace the ice with anything else, I lose my momentum. Yeah. Because if I have faster timings, it just happens more often. If I increase the timing, then I have more items. What is the cause of the problem? More items or more or being too fast? I do appreciate the light sensor. I hadn't thought about using that as a deterrent for stalling the momentum. Definitely a mechanic that needs to be remembered. I'm just surprised that when it's at half slab level and then it passes next to a light sensor at lower than half slab level, it doesn't change it. But then on the far side, I've got stairs, which I could probably replace with slabs. Because, I mean, like, this near side is the same for the level that it's passing on. I mean, honestly, you could make a whole bunch of this stuff with stairs, I think. Because everything's right down the middle. I mean, all of these could be stairs. Well, I wouldn't do this one. But yeah, light sensor seems to have solved this problem, which I had a roundabout way of doing that, but I can't solve this one. And I really want to solve the other one. So like just collecting them down here and then on a timer shooting them over. Because I mean, they come out as often as this timer is. Which is not visually as appealing as just having a dropper, you know, spit one out over and over and over and over and over again. Which is because of the output of these two farms, I think is sufficient enough. I don't think this farm puts out enough to warrant this level of trying to keep items flowing. Now the zombie flesh got out of there. It might have despawned. And now we got a sword and some netherrack. That zombie flesh, it's gonna stay right where it's at. And now it's grown. Now it's on that side. Now it's spit over there behind the stone block. Now it's back over there. Now it's gone. So it must have gone up or it got spat out the bottom. So I'm gonna do this. This is so I can see if anything does just fall out. I mean, especially for the stackable items, they eventually fix themselves or the item despawns. Swords, spears, they don't, there's no really way to fix that. I don't know, maybe when, and then these are just spitting out the side. Can't explain that at all. Leave that as it is. I'm thinking, I'm looking at this firing off. that will work. And I can't use a slime block. No. I want off. Here, give me those. Get out of the way. Give me those. Get it out. Or is it too fast? No, some things got caught. That netherrack. I don't like where it's at. Does this just need to be an observer? Second tick doesn't really do anything, but the first might, because it triggers before the delay on the door. Oh, that sword. Slime here? Wouldn't that slow... Oh no, that caught some stuff. Give me that. No, for the most part, the items actually don't seem to be affected by it. Well, nope. That got affected by it, and it stopped it. But then where'd they go? Did they go in? No, they're back. That's weird. Oop. I didn't mean to do that, but okay. Alright. Let's go back to blue ice on that. At least. Blue ice on that. Let's go get that netherrack. It's all an issue of timing. I think it does come down to timing on this section here. So this is on no delay, but it's just a observer is on 3 at 3 tick delay. And that's just for closing the door, which that seems to be okay. It's rare that something messes up. You know, maybe a combination of putting this brewing stand on the piston instead of the one from the side, because I haven't done anything with it. I just took it out. And your suggestion of the light sensor up here has certainly solved the timing problems up here, because it was all over the place. Because there'd be times where I had stuff caught in the hole down there, and when this pushed back like it just did, it would send it on through. And I'm sure that it, oh no, some netherrack made it, got messed up. Where did it go? There it is. And there's a sword. It's back there. it's like I want to... I want to... Let's go through the cycle. No. No. What if this was 4 ticks? Now I question, that's not enough to do this. It needs to squeeze it. I think 4 ticks is too much. All right, 2. I think that's too much. Well, it was. I think that, I don't know, there's something between 2 ticks each on this and 4 ticks ticks on this is the right setting. And I'm not quite sure what that setting is. 3 each seems to be the closest I can get. But it might be 2-2-3 or 2-3-3. Because those zombie flesh got caught. Because they were too fast. That still doesn't explain those things. I was hoping that, let's watch this sword, see what it does. Where did it go? Oh, I think it went... Oh, it's probably back there with those things. No, there it is. Now it's over there. And it's kind of in a spot that nothing can hit. What I need is... What I need is this piston and brewing stand to activate just before the door closes and just after the door opens, which I think is not possible with one timing chain. Do they... That's just an observer. So this is on an observer with no delay. This is on an... This would be on an observer. Let me take that out. An observer on two tick delays, the 4 ticks. Let's try an experiment here. Just sit in a fucking circle. So this brewing stand moving and trying to clear the chute is on 0 tick delay. That one's on a 4 tick delay. And the door closes on a 9 tick delay. Oh, all of this. It might work if I could get the tick delays down. We got to push, we got to sweep from the side, and we got to closing the door. And is a brewing stand the best thing to use on the far side? I kind of need the brewing stand here. Oh, I just grabbed all that stuff. Because of the hitbox movement. Should that be stairs? Because I know that stairs gave a little bit of momentum to things. Let's move in. Let's move parts good up. So you push the daylight sensor, wait for all the items. Back up. I'm gonna wait for something to get caught to see if this does anything. So far, we've just been going for a minute here. You know, I'll show you why I think that stairs may be a good solution for this. Let's turn this off. It may take a minute before something messes this up. It's just by having slat like those blocks, those netherrack, it doesn't get pulled back to where it needs to be. Same with those. It doesn't get pulled back. Some do. Like when it happens right at the time it's supposed to. But it's going to get rid of all this stuff. Because it's on the stairs, this is able to pull it back. But using the light sensor seems to have that probably put some in here in the wrong timing. For sure. Let's get those out of there. It may not have given it momentum back by using stairs. This pullback motion was able to pull the items back when it's stairs. It's like it has a prerogative to send the items away from the upper part of the stair. It's weird with the hitbox for it. So maybe a stair there helps solve this problem, especially with the timing as it is. It being on a 4-tick delay, this being on a 0-tick delay, and the door closing on a 9-tick delay. I just need a whole bunch of stuff to come through here. And with these guys, they're really messing up my mob count. I need to figure out what could put up there that will keep baby zombie piglins from falling through. Because they seem to fall through. More than they should. Yeah, I don't know if stairs give any kind of momentum, but they certainly encourage a prerogative to go downstairs. I tried it with glass panes and it was the same result. So I'm not sure what else to use. Could I use would items still fall through stone walls or fence posts? I guess we could check. Yeah, this seems to be solved. This might be solved too with the fence. Walls might let the trident fall? Because the 1.5 height. Oh, no, we got some stuff that made it. Oh, and where did that go? Yep. Stuff's getting kicked out somehow. Oh, that made it through before the thing. Damn you, kid. No. Our timing was off. So this, ooh, I don't know how I can do that. I have to invert the signal for that. maybe because yeah, they're pretty much just locked into the space between that and that. That's where because they don't move from the middle here. They're pretty much falling into that space right there. So I don't think powdered snow is going to help at all. Unless there's something about powdered snow I don't know about. Anyway, so if we put that there and that, instead of that torch hitting it, we put a 1 tick delay on it. Can we see it from here? Give me that stuff. I'm watching these items up here. So finicky. Oh, something got lost. A couple things, actually. The nuggets over here. Well, I grabbed him. Oh, well. Trying to solve 3 different problems at the same time. Ooh, this is... And the problem is you have to wait like 2 or 3 minutes for something to mess up with the timing. That messed up. Well, at least 3 nugget. Well, where the 3 nuggets went down, the flesh is still getting kicked back and forth. Let's give it a 10 tick delay instead of 9. But see, the problem with the delay is that's the delay when the door opens too. I see some stuff messed up over here too. Oh, well, okay. Just sends him in a big old circle. Hello, Phase. I can't pronounce that. We're exploring the mechanics of item manipulation without the use of droppers and hoppers, and using brewing stand mechanics. And we're getting into the really fine details of picks for opening and closing things that manipulate item movement. I have gone on over an hour doing this. This is still fun though. I like it. See, a vast majority gets in there, but I want lossless. I want 100%. Is there a way to activate this circuit on the step up with the delay that we've got, which is 4 plus 3 plus 3 for 10, but deactivate it quicker? Like I want to activate it after 10 ticks, but I want to deactivate the piston after 8, 7, 6, whatever. Basically to open that door, close it later, open it sooner than the cycle that we've got. And my cycle is at 12. The hopper clock, I think I have it set to like 10 seconds. No. 9 seconds. Right now, the hopper clock is at 9 seconds. An RS latch. I don't know what that is. You know, more stuff's hot. And kicked it out. Okay, this is on fandom. I'm not a big fan of fandom. Oh, they're freaking ads. Oh my god, go away with your ads. Fandom. RS. Oh, wow, dude. That's like 7 paragraphs. uh yeah, two NOR. Oh god, we're getting into computer gates. Oh dude, I'm 50 years old. You realize this? You want me to learn basic hard no machine language type circuitry. I was proud of learning how the let function on Excel worked today at work. Which I did make work after about 30 or 45 minutes of reading how it worked. And I made my calculator in Excel work today. I was like, ooh. I mean, Q. What the hell is Q supposed to be? Q output? Oh, wow. Is this the only article on this thing? Duplicate. I don't want to lose that page, but let's go back. Oh, the Minecraft wiki. That's a little better. RS NOR latches. O, A, and B, F, G. Oh my good lord. I might need to be a little more sober for this. But yeah, I'm thinking that the door needs to close at the delay that we give it, which currently is so over many seconds, so over many ticks, but needs to open sooner. I think our two sweepers are doing decent, but our door's in the way. And because we have extra blocks everywhere, just split all that stuff up. And the good part about this is some of the stackable stuff, it hitches a ride. Like I think everything, nope. There they are back again. And then that stuff. Oh, that seems like a pretty big circuit. But then there's this stuff. This is the next problem. That was not everything that's down there. Why? Why does some of the stuff not go up? True. I mean, basically, it's turning this whole thing into a larger circuit. I did say to somebody on Reddit the other day that I needed to learn pulse extenders because I've used them, but I've never looked into how they work and how to refine them. Because I was thinking, oh, does this clock need to be on a 30 seconds on, 5 seconds off, 30 seconds on? Sort of thing. And pulse extenders was like the consensus, like, hey, you should do this. And I need to look into that, which I may do tomorrow if I'm bored. But, oh, I just don't know if this is a timing thing. Especially once the stuff gets lost. I just grabbed it. Get it out of there. Let's see here. No losses over there. Nothing down here right now, but that is a big old batch. of garbage that is not going up. Some of it did. All the zombie flesh apparently did. That was all the netherrack went up. Because that's a void space. When this smooth stone moves over, that block is air. And I was thinking, what if I use multiple pistons? But if I use multiple pistons, then the slime block doesn't move every other time. I'm like, well, the slime block is moving that stone block and that stone block. So there's a void space next to it as well. I tried doing this with 3 different pistons, and it was worse, honestly. Why isn't being pushed by... Isn't it? Well, it's sticking to the slime block. Those 2 stone blocks are sticking to the slime block, whereas I have glazed terracotta everywhere else. Basically, it's the door is stone because it's sticking to the slime block, and the block below is stone because it's sticking to the slime block. Now, I don't need honey. I don't need that much. By getting rid of the hole, everything is in one spot. But that doesn't eliminate the fact that the stuff still moves back and forth from the space that it's in to the space that the piston is in. Because that's technically a void block, even if it has the piston extender in it. Oh, I gotta put that there, that, and that. Put that. I tried this earlier, and it still gave me the results of that. Whereas that's the normal area that I got pushed up, but this is the overflow. Because this is the middle of the 3. Put the piston, 1 black back, and use 2 slime blocks. More moving the block and the block behind it. All this stuff keeps getting shot out. This is the only way to see it, really. I tried putting in multiple slime blocks, but that piece of ice, I can't put a slime block next to that piece of ice or it breaks everything. I even put obsidian around that piece of ice right there where it wouldn't move, and that meant that the slime block wouldn't move. Because if it couldn't move the ice, the slime block wouldn't move. Like the piston would detach from it. It's like, what the hell? So it's like a... Oh yeah. Yeah, if that's why crying obsidian's in here. Because crying obsidian can't be moved. And if now they're supposed to be linked. See, it came detached. So I swapped that out. Glazed terracotta. That's still a void. That's glazed terracotta. That's glazed terracotta. See, nothing's moving. I need to turn that off before it gets too bad. Change it to the same way before put the one. See, that's why I can't have two slime blocks. You're saying put the slime block where? Move the piston back one block? Oh. Maybe it'll do that. We have 2 slime blocks. So, well, first I would need that to be terracotta, that to be slime. Ooh, that's... That may... Oh, I can't do that. At least not the way I have it set up. All right, moving the clock out one more. If I put the... Well, let me take that out for the minute. It's gonna just keep cycling and cycling. So, bam, bam. All right. So, let's see. Replace this with a block? Okay, well, I mean... Oh, okay, I see what your point is. And then, let's see here. And we were at 4 ticks. 3 ticks. 3 ticks. They're probably... to keep the void... There is... No, not there. There as well. So you're thinking a 2 wide pusher. Wait, something messed up over here. That shouldn't be there. That should be. And that should be. And that should be. Well, immediately behind. The dead space would be 2 blocks behind. Okay, okay. Got to be a better solution than those guys. Start from scratch. Seems to be working like it needs to. Oh no. Oh, nope. I'm getting stuff out here. Oh, I broke this. I don't know how I broke that. Could be. I wish. I know a T flip-flop exists, and I think this would work well with that. I would probably need to add a whole nother thing over here, though. I'm at the edge of the chunk. I don't want to extend this further if I don't have to. And I think that's the perfect delay, though. Because that was just there for so many ticks. But I don't want it to trigger twice. I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt anything to trigger twice. All right, let's look down here. Oh, nope. Some stuff still made it in there. Well, I grabbed it. There's some more stuff that made it in there. That delay needs to be 1 tick longer. It would tell this observer to trigger the first time it triggers, not the second time. When it goes on, not when it goes off. Come on, give me some loot. Yeah. But like I said, I only have so much space up there, and it has the perfect delay as it is now. If I put a copper bulb and comparator in there, then I'm adding that's two blocks that I need to take out of that chain, and I need to account for that. So it's just going to mean I'm right at the edge of the chunk. I don't want to have a very complicated redstone circuit going over multiple chunks if I can help it. Might have a good delay here. Yeah, triggering twice is fine, because the second one ain't doing anything. Ooh, a lot of stuff next time. Oh, something got caught. It was too slow opening up. Got a sword dropped out. The nuggets didn't make it. So now the delay is is it at the beginning or the end? It's at the end. No, it's at the close. So maybe that needs to be 2 ticks, because that's the opening of that. Oh, and we still have some stuff popping out the side. No. Well, that might have been leftover. Yeah. Give me that. Nope, that was too fast. Ah! And that wasn't fast enough. I need to look into this RS latch thing that you talked about. That door needs to be open longer. Let's... Oh, shoot. Nope. Well, that... I want to go to... That at 4, that at 3. Closing too early now. This needs to stay at 1. Yeah, the door needs to close later and open earlier. Then I get that. Yeah. Closes too late. Or yeah, opens too late. Yep. My sweepers aren't helping much either. They're just kind of moving stuff around in a circle. They're maybe putting something close to where they can be picked up by another item coming by. But yeah, a couple of netherrack and a sword are just going around in a big old circle. Let's see, is anything falling down here? Oh, God, yes. Several things have fallen down here. I need to look for that. See what's causing all that. Let's get an overall. There's a bunch of stuff in there. Came up like it's supposed to. Going out like it's supposed to. I need to do something about these guys. Let's first of all, some more experimenting. It definitely, that's true. If I get the timing right, then I don't need the sweepers at all. I need to get rid of the XP. It's just causing problems. Hopefully that gets rid of the XP, because that's just in the way. Oh, I turned everything off. Oh, not quite. Nope. So I see a sword and some netherrack. Let's grab that sword. Yeah, once it's over there, it's difficult to get out. Then yeah, I don't think the two pistons are doing much, but just moving stuff around. So I'll take out that and that for the time being. Ooh, it's so precise. Give me some more stuff. Oh my god, little babies. Y'all are killing me. I swear. Ugh. Yeah, sir, you have fun. I mean, we've been online for 2 hours now. Good luck on your exam. Yeah, I'm probably going to call it quits here shortly too, because I'm out of whiskey. I need more whiskey. But I'm just watching this. Just how our timing is off by 2 ticks one way and 1 tick the other, and that's just, I don't know. Maybe taking out the XP helps a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. You have a good night tonight. I might be calling it quit to the street. Oh, we missed it. Something missed. All right. Not perfect. Not perfect. We'll get there. Enjoy your evening. Yeah, sir. Yeah, I'm gonna... Ooh, complicated. That's definitely what this is. If you're watching this in the future, I hope that you've tolerated us while we've been trying to refine this thing. This isn't specifically my Sky Bedrock world, but it is definitely built off of it. Trying to figure out how do we solve for this? How do we solve... Oh, I've got glass blocks missing out of here? What the heck? Oh, no. Damn. No wonder stuff's falling out. Durr. Oh, yeah, that needs to be... Nope. No, that may be why things were falling out the backside, is I was missing some glass blocks over there. Oh, we got some over here. How'd that happen? The hell? But... Oh, we missed some timing on a few things. Oh... Really, really, really long Sky Bedrock episode tonight, and mostly playing around in creative with the brewing stand mechanic. Looks like with Yasser's assistance, we did solve this issue with how to eliminate the waste from the queue, which I put this recursive circuit in there, which looks like using, slabs coming in, and then a light sensor as the pivotal block that you move back and forth. Is like, do you open up the queue or do you keep it closed? The light sensor seems to be working really well in eliminating any momentum changes. So that's something I'm definitely going to include in that next series, because that is a thing. This next bit is specifically for the Sky Bedrock build that I'm doing here, about the timing of feeding into the piston, the slime piston, to shoot it up the tower. That is not something I think can be covered in the brewing stand series. It's more of just a timing issue specific to this particular build. I think this mechanic right here is definitely something that should be shared with a lot of people. The light sensor, because that has I swear, I ran it for hours earlier this afternoon, and moving a slab back and forth caused so many issues. But moving a light sensor back and forth, because it is a smaller height block than a slab. See it here in a second. That height, as opposed to that height, doesn't seem to cause any issues with holding up our queue for doing something else. So I think that is definitely a thing that we need to remember and keep in our back pocket for when we do this sort of thing. Come here. Give me that stuff. There we go. But this has been the old man that plays video games, and we didn't do a heck of a lot in the Sky Bedrock world, which, to be fair, before I was starting the stream, I did not have a terrible ton of stuff that I wanted to accomplish. I had started designing the machine that would process ice over at our ice machine, and I was putting together a item splitter to basically take our ice, because I had put out in fact, I'll show you guys. We'll finish this up. My stream 3. This is what I had been working on just before the stream. Our ice machine is up here, and I put hopper minecarts along the bottom here to collect all the ice. And basically, I filled my inventory up. So as I'm in survival and I'm mining the ice, hopper minecarts get it. And this machine down here, which the first time that I built this and I tried it, it did not work as I wanted it to. It's basically splitting up into 9 pieces of ice is going to go down this hopper chain, and 1 piece of ice is going to go down this hopper chain. And that doesn't need to be, yeah, it still needs to be that. Because the 9 pieces are going to go off to make blue white, and the 1 piece is going to go off to make packed ice, because blue ice takes 81 pieces of ice to make a blue ice, whereas packed ice takes 9 pieces of ice. And that's because 9 pieces of ice makes packed ice, 9 pieces of packed ice makes blue ice. So I was thinking, let's put a N-style item splitter circuit in here. And this is the design that I had found on YouTube that said it worked fine. And at the end of the day, I put in 10 pieces of ice and I got 10 and 1. So I'm like, what? I think I put in 12 pieces of ice or whatever. I don't know. But it was just before I started the stream, so I didn't put too much into the troubleshooting of this. But what I want to do is I want to have one side of this make packed ice and one side of this make blue ice. And considering it's a 9-to-1 ratio, 9 pieces of ice make packed ice and 81 pieces of ice make blue ice, I was just going to split it up like that. And at the end of the day, I'd have a blue ice and a packed ice, and a blue ice and a packed ice, out of 90 pieces of ice for each pair But let's get a decent enough screenshot. Though most of today's episode was spent in the Nether. This is the goal I'm going for. That's decent enough. Right there with some ice going on behind me. Very, very, very long episode from Sky Bedrock tonight. Yasser, when you watch this in the future, or if you're still listening while you're getting ready for your exam, Saturday, July 4th, Saturday, you're having an exam. Good luck to you, sir. Anyone that watches in the future, if you have watched through 2 hours of me and Yasser trying to figure out the difference between 3 ticks plus and 1 tick negative on trying to figure out how to make that sort of stuff work, I salute you, and I hope that you tune in again to the next episode of Sky Bedrock and my brewing stand learning series, which I'm going to be adding an episode of that tomorrow with at least one little tidbit. This is the old man that plays video games. I would appreciate if a like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch, I guess. I mean, YouTube seems to be where all of the fun is at. And I'm also on Reddit sometimes. Same username that I've got. I've applied on a few things. I think I've tried to coin a phrase. Water streams. That's so Java. Try brewing stand. I'm gonna start poking that around at people that use Bedrock, and it's like, my water stream's doing this and my water stream's doing that. It's like, water streams. That's so Java. Anyways, good night, everybody.